Aiden. Yeah. So Aiden basically is it's a tool for women looking to create babies at home. Typically same-sex couples, it's kind of our go-to is, we do artificial insemination. There's no sperm in our relationship, so it's something that we have been doing for years now, and I was looking for something more personal, something that was a little more emotional, a little more connective, and I really couldn't find what I was looking for. So I decided to create what is Aiden, if you can see there, in this beautiful blue color. And it basically is a tool for women who are looking to inseminate at home, but really want a personal, emotional aspect to it. People are using turkey basters, and people are using syringes, or people are going to the doctor's office and doing it in a very sterile, concrete, cold manner. And I didn't want to do that. It didn't seem like the way that I wanted to make a baby. So I came up with Aiden, and it kind of took off. It wasn't really something that I had planned on selling or creating a company out of. It just was something that I thought was useful. I didn't, and I don't yet. I just got married, and we are thinking to start our family actually later this month, at least start trying. So I have a friend, which is crazy that we're doing this today. She's inseminating at home as we speak. She's thawing sperm as we speak and is going to use Aiden to inseminate at home. So it was a big day for both of us talking about it. And so we don't have kids yet, but we are planning on it soon. Yeah. I just watched the last season of the L Word. The fiction. I didn't watch the reality one. Okay. A part of it, totally. Mom, right? She's kind of outside of it. Yeah, totally. I think that's I think that's a general feeling. Women in general are emotional. These moments are special. These moments are things we think about, and as a couple, you want to feel the bond the whole way through. And in that moment, it's a big moment. We spend lots of money. We plan the night. It's a big thing. So I just really felt like the way that you go about it is as important as what you're doing. So I'm excited. Yeah. Okay. So it does fit in straps. So if you can see here, this ring is for your O-ring. So the harness goes right around, and you can wear it same as your everyday dildo. I initially did call this an artificial insemination dildo, and I really wanted to steer clear of that because it's not a sex toy in the sense of it's just for having sex. It does have that function and that purpose, but it's so much more than that, and it really is a tool. So I stopped calling it dildo because I didn't want people to have that connotation that that's just what it was for. But yeah, so this attaches on, sits down on the base. It also stands up, if you can see here, stands straight up on you. And so basically I recommend when you use it that you face Aiden downwards. This pipette will go inside of here. The sperm goes into this guy. You stick this in. Okay. So it's made out of silicone. It's very flexible, very soft. It will bend and mold, and you can do all kinds of things with it. The way that it works is that there's a little button on the base, and that button is where you squeeze. So if you can see here, it indents. That button here correlates with this bulb on the pipette. It has a hollow core. Right. So this is a scientific pipette. They come in so many sizes, which I realize going about this. But I sell these direct to fit in Aiden, so you don't have to like look around for this. This is gonna come with it. And so that goes inside of here. And when you are using it, you will angle it down ideally to help gravity and nature help get the sperm out of there. And then you just push on this button. And that button will force the sperm out of Aiden and into the female. Yeah, so I really designed this to be pleasurable. So the way that you're looking at it is a smaller tip to kind of fit in a little bit easier. But this groove I made to kind of hit the rim of the vagina. So it's playing a little bit with your G-spot. And you know, ideally when you orgasm, that's a more probable time to conceive. Exactly. It's bringing everything to the cervix. So I really wanted the design to also have that element of pleasure and help you along the way, because really your goal is to conceive. So that groove right here is just for pleasure. So Aiden is a little over 7 inches, which going inside of your vaginal cavity, when you're having sex, it expands. Your vaginal cavity expands. This is designed to go right up against your cervix. So it's about 7¼ inches. It's about 1 inch, 1¼ inch at the widest part here. And the base is about 1½ inch, so it varies. This middle part's a little skinnier. To the base, yeah. Totally. It won't. So it's gonna be flush, and if you can see, there's a little hole at the tip of Aiden there. It's gonna stick in there. So once you get that in there, there's actually a little tool that's gonna help you get it out, because it's not gonna be the easiest to pull out of there. But it goes all the way inside of there and lines up with this little button here. You know, I kind of started with a turkey baster. I kind of started with what people were using that was working. And just the thought was to kind of design it around that, but make something that was soft and something that could be worn. So I actually worked at Hustler for a couple years and really got into the sex toy world. Learned a lot about shape and design, and I hired an engineer, and he helped me to develop Aiden around. We kind of incorporated the pipette a little bit later on, realizing I wanted something that you could just kind of squeeze the bottom, and then we thought about just sanitation and hygiene, really something that you can remove part of it and clean this up and keep it nice and clean. And we kind of developed it into this. The shape was a little bit different moving forward. I have on my website, or on my Instagram rather, a couple of the first prototypes, and then it was pink. And I'm not a pink person, you know, it's just so stereotypical, but the silicone that we had at the time when we built the last prototype was pink. And when I started manufacturing, my logo is this blue, and I really am like in love with this shade of blue. I also think it doesn't feel like super feminine, it doesn't feel super masculine. Yeah, It's kind of like a Tiffany blue or like a Rob. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. So the prototype kind of developed into this, and my next round I'm gonna do like a sort of, not necessarily fatter, a little bit shorter and a fatter version that has a little more girth, just for people's different particular tastes, you know. Yeah. The girth can be helpful for some. So just once you get too wide, it can become a little bit tough to then function this button well. But if we go girthier up here, we can totally adjust a little bit. Right. So when you clean this, my recommendation is you run super hot water through the base. It's going to come straight out this tip, and then spray it with antibacterial toy cleaner. This is completely sealed up. There's no air holes. There's no pockets for anything. This will be super easy to keep clean. And stand it, let it dry, and then put it away once everything's cleaned up. There was nothing that I felt like really hit the spot. There was something that I saw that was like it was made as like a kind of like a fetish toy at Hustler that had like this bulb that was for like liquid ejections, which just felt kind of nasty. It just felt like not the right thing, but I could see how it could function that way. But it didn't have the emotional aspect to the product. It was even called something kind of gross. I don't remember. It was like Squirter or something. Yeah. It was like for ejecting like liquid into people. But I didn't see anything, and it kind of stunned me but then I also understand that like the LGBTQ community is like the last thought of community. We're only right now, coming to the forefront and being like super loud and proud. So there's not a lot of products that are like based just for us yet. We're getting there, but a few years ago I didn't see anything that I wanted. So right. For me, it was I was thinking just about myself and my own experience, and I was thinking it would be such a huge moment for me and moving forward soon with me. I know it's going to be a big thing between my wife and I know the emotional aspect of it, and I know that moment when you get pregnant and remembering how that happened and that night that it happened. It doesn't happen accidentally for us. It is the one night. It's a planning, it's a scheduling. So I just really wanted something that was going to make that moment special. Right. So we're still doing that. You can use someone's sperm, at your house, someone that, a brother or relative or something. But you do still use donor sperm that can be frozen and thawed at your house. It is, kind of the recommended method, something that's clean, something that's already washed and tested and ready for you. That is still part of the process. This basically takes using that syringe and kind of holding your legs up in the air, a really kind of cold moment, and making it a really soft, emotional, heartwarming thing that you're going to remember for a long time. I know. What's crazy is she wasn't planning on doing it until Saturday, and she's wearing this little like ovulation tracker, and it told her today was the day. So she has this giant tank of frozen sperm that it comes, and she went and picked it up, and she's using it tonight. And I was like so excited for her. I can't wait to talk to her and get off of this. people that I've, sorry, say it again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, the sexual aspect definitely works, you know what I mean? But I want to hear about people that are having babies and like people that are like pregnant. And, like, you know, I can't wait for the feedback, for the stories, and everybody that I've sold it to, I've like tell them, please let me know, you know, as your journey's going, and the moment you guys get pregnant, like please reach out. You know, I'd love to hear it. So it'd be cool. I don't think so. I think we got the gist of what it is. You know, my thought is just as long as people understand it's not a sex toy. It's more about the emotion behind it and the purpose. Like it's pleasurable and the function is there to have it be enjoyable and to climax into orgasm. But it's really about the moment between the two people, which is crazy. Actually, my friend is single, so she's using it. She's a single straight woman. And she's using it alone. She's not using it with someone. So, you know, it can be used in various situations, which is cool as well. I'm in LA, born and raised in LA. Yeah. So my website is www.projectaiden. Aiden is AIDN .com. I also have Instagram, and you can click a link on there. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm so excited about that. Yeah, thank you so much for thinking of me. Totally. And with my friend. Hopefully pregnant. How cool would that be? Yeah. Totally. Yeah, this month we're going. So thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah.